My name is Shantae. I am a filmmaker, producer, and I am a survivor. I'm a toxic work survivor, 35 years in corporate. I have survived through systems as a manager and as an employee, so I have both sides of the experience. I've been let go. I know you can bounce back. You do have a next chapter. I'm speaking to Black women in particular who have to survive in these toxic systems that were never made for us. I want to hold space for you. I am a somatic breathwork coach in training. I also have a program that I'm going to be launching soon. I'm helping Black women navigate toxic work environments, healing in place, because not everybody can leave. No, you can't just walk off your job, and I don't understand why people advocate for that, but you can be planning your exit, even if your exit takes 5 years. There's things you could do, and we could heal in place. And I want to talk about the importance of the nervous system and how these systems, capitalism, toxic work environments, toxic bosses, firings, how all this stuff lives in our bodies. And if we don't address it and we don't take care of it, it shows up as disease. It shows up as hypertension, autoimmune. It shows up as pre-diabetes. I have a chronic disease. I have hypertension, and my hypertension was all stress related. It wasn't diet related. It was due to a job that I was in for a number of years that caused me to have panic attacks. I didn't understand the nervous system, and I didn't even know what that meant. But after I started learning about it, then I could put the pieces together of what I was going through. So I just want to have this intimate conversation. I want to be what I needed while I was in corporate, surviving and just surviving, right? I wasn't thriving. I was barely surviving. I was just there. I was a shell of myself. But as I'm making my transition out of corporate, I understand what it means to be in my body. And as Black women, a lot of times we're detached because we've always had to be that strong person, that rock, that strong Black woman, that horrible trope. So like I said, this channel is for exploration. It's for holding space. It's for talking about the things that we go through. Like I said, I preface what I said as I am a recovering workaholic. That comes from feeling like I'm never good enough. So I got to give 120%. I've gone through 8, 9, 10-hour days. And then when I step out of it or I step back, notice how much time was just spent with no reward. Because at the end of the day, these jobs are not loyal. I don't care what anybody says, they're not. So I want to hopefully save a sister from putting in a lot of work and overtime and when it's not really your dream. I want us to explore what are our dreams and dream again. If you're in your late career, I am gearing up for your exit and you want to know what this next chapter is. If you are in the thick of it, actually being harassed by a boss, being bullied, I can also be of assistance because I've been there. There are things that you can do because hostile is illegal. So there are so many things I want to touch on and a reintroduction of my into a different space. And I was nervous. I had a lot of trepidation about even getting started. I've been collecting content. I've been reading. I've been doing the books, but I've yet to put anything out. I have a great life coach. Her name is Coach Tish. And she challenged me today. This was our last session. And then she was just like, well, what could you do right now? One small step to get you closer to your goal. Because we're always trying, I'm speaking for myself. I want things to be perfectly right. I want the lighting to be great, the editing, the shots, because I'm coming from that background. I don't want to slur over my words, but it's not going to be perfect. And that's what makes it authentic. And I'm being real. I'm not reading from a script. I'm not trying to be something I'm not. So I want to give my authentic self and help somebody who could possibly need it. Like I said, I've coached women within corporate America who were going through their trials and tribulations, not knowing that is what I was really doing all of these years. So I have the life experience. I have 30 plus years inside these systems, and I know what it does what it has done to me. So I want to be that lifeline and to let you know that you are not alone. So this is my first video. This is my challenge. This is what my life coach told me. One small step. Sometimes it's just one small thing that you can do that will make a big impact, instead of trying to make it perfect, trying to make it fit, trying to get all my ducks in a row. I just put it out there, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm so happy that I'm doing it, and I'm looking forward to connecting, creating another community of women and helping women navigate that always just having to be on, right? We always just have to be on. Another life-changing moment for me is being introduced to Octavia Rahim, Pause Rest Be, one of the best things that I think I've ever read. I don't think I've ever thought about rest in that way. And it's all because of the system that we're in. It's all because of how we've been programmed. Our ancestry, our intergenerational trauma, slavery on, it's living in our DNA. And so many times, I know I've just been on autopilot. So now I'm like, it's time to be intentional. And it took me so long to just understand that. There's a quote that I love from James Baldwin, my favorite author, poet. He says, "It takes so long to learn so little." I'm just going to leave you with that. Get still. And just now I was talking at a mile a minute. So even for me, this was a lot. And I don't know why, because it's not like I'm not used to talking on camera or being on film, but I would encourage you to slow down in whatever you're doing and just pause for a little bit and check in with your body. What is your body feeling like in this moment? Start getting comfortable checking with your body. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about our nervous system. We're going to talk about somatic breath work. We're going to talk about healing in place in these toxic systems, corporate PTSD, and how do we navigate until we're ready to step out, until we're ready to leave. And I'm excited to just share what Black women. And if you're not a Black woman, you're a woman of color, and you're welcome. If you want to support Black women, you're welcome. That's it for now. So thank you so much for listening. And hopefully you will like and subscribe and click your notification bell and come back and see me sometimes. So thank you once again. This is Shante. Thank you for listening.